IP and amount of ignorance we're about to get into right now.
Sit your $5 ass down before I make change.
Hello and welcome to a brand new preview episode for Black on Black Cinema. I'm your host, Jay. I'm here with my co-host, Micah.
Hey.
And Tiara.
Hey.
All right, guys, we're back. This is a preview episode for episode 197, Concrete Cowboy. This is newly released on Netflix, so you can watch it there. I'll give the log line for this. Sent to live with his estranged father for the summer, a rebellious teen finds kinship in a tight-knit Philadelphia community of black cowboys. This is, in fact, starring Idris Elba, Caleb McLaughlin, otherwise known as the black kid from Stranger Things, Jerome, Brian Bowers, Lorraine Toussaint, and Method Man. Because I'm not going to call him Clifford Smith. That's ridiculous. Yeah, I think this looks very good. I haven't watched it yet, but I'm very interested in it. I mean, it seems to be a movie about, fathers and their sons or, parents and their children. So, looks very good. So look forward to a full conversation about that next week on Concrete Cowboy. Again, you can watch it on Netflix. So let's move into the random topic this week. Tiara, I'll let you introduce this one because you seem to have a little bit more knowledge of the background of this.
So we are going to be talking about the Black Lives Matter co-founder, Patrice Cullors, who is under fire for allegedly going on a real estate buying binge where she purchased 4 high-end homes, with some of them being in wealthy, predominantly white neighborhoods. So she's accused of purchasing 4 high-end homes for $3.2 million.
Wow.
She's also said to be eyeing property in the Bahamas, where condos are priced between $5 million and $20 million. Now, a lot of the discourse of social media has been about where is she getting the money, and then some of the other conversations that have spurred from that are if activists should be making money off of their own activism. I'm not an activist. I don't think Jay and Mike are activists unless
no. I wish I had this activist money. Get the fuck out of here. I wouldn't be talking to you two poor people. Get out of here.
Wow.
I would be in the Bahamas buying $5 million properties if I was an activist.
What you're saying is that you would totally advocate for the lives of black people while lining your own pockets?
I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that clearly is a very lucrative method to live your life. No, this is look, I don't know. I mean, let's be honest here. We don't know if that's where she got the money, right. But it feels a little suspect that she suddenly can afford these I mean, like, it's one thing. It's like, oh, she bought a $500,000 house. Like, no, like that's not crazy. I mean, like that's a reasonable price for a house if it's like a nice house. A couple $1 million houses, like 4 of them. No. That reeks of something a little bit not acceptable.
Does anybody know this person's name?
Patrice Colors is her name. So the Black Lives Matter Global Network Foundation reached out to Black Enterprise and said that she is the executive director of Black Lives Matter Global Network Foundation. She serves in this role as a volunteer capacity and does not receive a salary or benefits. She received a total of $120,000 since the organization's inception in 2013 for duties such as serving as a spokesperson, engaging in political education work. However, she did not receive any compensation after 2019. I've also seen that she and her wife started a consulting firm, which is possibly another way that she's been able to make some money. But it seems like, again, like the primary question is, how much money should activists be making off of
the backs of black people?
Yeah.
Okay. One, what is this consulting firm? Like, what does that consulting firm do? Are white people like lining her pockets? Is corporate America lining her pockets, trying to like appear more, positive towards black people? I don't know. Right. That's right. Completely a possibility, which is why she's got this stream of money. Right. It's a little odd that she just won't say what it is. Right.
No, it's odd that people are in this woman's pockets like that. Like, she shouldn't have to tell you where she's getting her money. She's not running for political office. She's a private citizen.
Right.
She doesn't have to tell anybody anything. Is it a bad look? Yeah. But at the same time, I'm not mad if this person is not outright scamming people.
Right.
Who cares?
Right. If you're just making money honestly through this, that's a whole different conversation, which I think is a conversation we kind of want to have. Like, is it okay for people to be making money off of activism? I mean,
so I found something. So I found, hold on, just real quick. I just found something again where it says the consulting firm pulled in over $20,000 a month while she served as the chair of an LA jail reform initiative. Her consulting firm, Janaea and Patrisse, was paid $191,000 during 2019 on reform LA jails. That was reported by Fox News. And that's another thing. Some of these, I feel like some of this is coming from right-wing trolls.
Well, that's the thing is, like, I saw like New York Post is talking about it. I'm like, I don't trust that. Like, no, right. I can't trust that. Like, no, not at all. So yeah, I mean, she has a book deal, it's possible that she's making quite a bit of money legitimately.
She's a consultant. Like,
they make a lot of money.
They get paid a ton of money, and it's the easiest gig you can get. Yeah. Is people paying you for your opinion on how to run their business.
Yeah.
It's great work if you can get it.
Yeah.
Like, they get paid a ton of money. Like, if she's using this consulting firm to somehow, like, in some sort of nefarious way to undermine what she's supposed to be representing in order to keep the cycle going,
right,
then I got a problem.
Right.
But the notion that you have to be down in the trenches and poor and destitute to understand what it's like to fight for what's right, no, you don't.
No, you don't. I agree.
We need more wealthy people with influence to have this kind of mentality, to want to help people. Too many people get rich and just are like, fuck you.
Yeah, that's true.
Especially the few black people that aren't like celebrity. Like,
right.
You know what? I won't even say that. But I will say that it is human nature to want to hoard and covet.
Yeah.
And we need more people who are of means to have her type of mentality, and to stop trying to find a reason to hate people. And I get it, right? Like,
right.
Sean King is the ambulance chasing equivalent of a social activist, right? Like it has been reported that he's a flim flam man. Right.
Yeah.
And I get it. Like, the second one person does it, you question everybody.
Right. Of course.
I understand. But at the same time, you gotta, if people aren't coming up with, like, not even hard facts, just like putting some shit together that can help people kind of piece it together for things to make sense, then stay out this woman's pockets, man.
Yeah, if for me, like, so some of the conversations I've seen online about it feels like a lot of speculation. And I feel like it's really easy to think the worst of someone when they come into means that they don't have, which I guess the next question is, like, do you feel like as soon as people start getting notoriety for the types of work that they do and they start getting opportunities which come with sometimes money, do you think that sometimes where do you think that criticism comes from? Is it the feeling like, oh, this person isn't relatable to me anymore? Is it feeling like you're,
it's because, like, they're not given, oh, you made it, now you got to give it to me, or you owe it to us to take us with you.
Yeah,
which is why you see a lot of, like, young people, when they get money, they got a lot of hangers on because because the young people have that mentality. They're not mature enough to realize, hey, like, I gotta there are ways that you can do for your people without physically bringing an entourage with you. A la, like very famously for you old people out there, is MC Hammer.
Yeah. That's how he lost all his money.
MC Hammer had a huge entourage. What the fuck? Nah, yo.
He was trying to put everybody on. He was trying to
put everybody on, and he did it the wrong way. You know who's doing it the right way? Say what you want about this guy and his basketball playing ability. Nigga, LeBron James is the perfect example of how you do it correctly, of how you come from nothing, become a megastar, become filthy rich, use your power in a positive way to help people.
I thought you were going to say Tyler Perry for a second.
You know what?
I mean, he kind of is there too.
He came from nothing.
Man. He kind of is. He is the American dream.
He was homeless.
The richest story.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, he was fucking homeless. Right.
Now, I'm not a huge fan of his art, but I will always respect Tyler Perry's hustle.
Absolutely.
Which I will also, just one thing I'll say, if you don't like Tyler Perry's art, like other pieces of art, don't watch it.
It's as simple as that. Or just once a year watch it to make fun of it on one episode for your fans.
Have we done that? Did we do that in 2020?
I don't know.
Yes.
I'm going to say we did.
I think early 2020, but...
You did. A Fall from Grace, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was 2020.
Yeah.
Yes. All right.
Now, but we get to do one with me on the show.
Yeah, okay. Lucky us. I can't wait to do another one.
I know the one I want us to do too. I'm gonna keep it to myself.
All right. So
I mean, if it's not the one where light skinned blue eyes is dropping kids out of a window, I'm gonna be very disappointed.
I mean,
that wasn't the one I was thinking of, but yeah, let's do that one.
Yeah, I mean, look, Terrence was like, he ain't never gonna do it. So while he's on hiatus, now's the time. So one of the things about the story that I find interesting is this woman referred to herself as a Marxist, right? A quote unquote trained Marxist, self-described. And then she got really upset that they were like, yo, you got $3.2 million portfolio.
Yeah, you might not want to
look.
Yeah.
Bring it down. Look, here's the thing. I need people, like, I get it. I 100% get this, but I think we need to learn what words mean because it's important. I get that the new thing is like, I hate capitalism. Look, I think capitalism has a ton of fucking problems. It is a system set up for winners and losers. It is.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Go ahead, corporate conservative. Go ahead.
yeah. Let me tell you why you guys should pick yourselves up by your bootstraps. No, but it has a lot of issues. Like fundamentally, the system is designed for people to win, and in order for people to win, people have to lose. Right? I am far more on the side of more of a socialist perspective. I just am. Right. That being said, I'm not going to sit here and pretend in 2021 of like, if I, whatever money I have, why don't I distribute that to everyone else? No, nigga, I have a job. Like knock it off.
Yeah, I know. Here's the thing. I know you won't distribute it because I asked you to give me some money and you said no.
That is correct. You can put that in the.
You got a job.
Yeah.
Whoa.
You got a job that took you. You got a job that took you to one of the best states I've ever been to.
Yep.
Hey,
I don't want to hear anything.
But it's wildly expensive.
Well, who's
paid for, kid?
Look, I believe that if you have a certain amount of money, that if you want to give back and have a major impact.
Look, you can't even finish your lie. You can't even get your damn lie out. No, but
because
so
I know I would do the same.
Oh, would you? Okay, yeah, I'll keep that in mind.
No.
Oh, me?
No, you good.
Yeah, you'll be all right.
You live in California, the land of the homeless.
Yeah.
How much you giving to them?
Right. Everything that
I don't want to embarrass you.
It's all going to my extremely high rent.
Oh, okay. You know, you could get a lesser apartment and throw people a couple, some 20s out there.
Where?
I don't know, Compton or something.
Where? No, I don't live near Compton.
Why don't you live on the streets with them? Huh? That's the only way you can empathize.
No.
That's the only way you can empathize.
Right, you got to be in the struggle.
No.
Street with them.
No, I'm good.
Stupid that fucking logic is.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense.
Stupid that logic is.
Like you're supposed to look. Black people struggle as a default, right? Like that is just
right.
like financially, that's generally the default for most black people in this country.
Right.
And you're always trying to rise above your station, because the system is not set up fairly. That doesn't mean that when you get the opportunity to make it, you just like, nah, I'm good. I know I love eating syrup sandwiches. Like, no, nigga, what the fuck? Yeah, see, brought back memories. She's like, what am I gonna do? So yeah, you should want to make it. Like that's okay. We live. You can say you prefer a more socialist perspective.
Right.
I personally do, but we don't live in a country that has that, right? Like there are fundamentals to the way the country is set up. So,
but Jay, it's so much easier to just say eat the rich, right?
I mean, or abolish the police. Like, all right. What was that one woman's name? She was Newsom or whatever. Bree Newsom. Yeah. Yeah. Just get rid of the police. What? All of them? Yeah. Okay. Do you own anything? Yeah. I guess.
Wow. So Jay is a landowner, guys.
And we're the only ones who should vote. That's how it works. So stupid. Get rid of all police. Come on. All right, man. I think the police should be reformed. I think we should do a lot of things. Get rid of police. What Shangri-La bullshit are you living in? Like, come on, man. Like, stop saying dumb shit. They don't prevent any crimes. Cool. All right, you go live in your fantasy world. It's fine. Maybe why don't we just open up all jails? No one ever gets arrested, no matter what they do. Like, look, you can want reform and not be a fool about it. Like, you don't have to. You have to be extreme.
Also great, Jay, having a state's attorney like Marilyn Mosby, who isn't going to prosecute minor offenses,
right?
Because she didn't do it all 2020, and look what happened. Decreased crime.
Yeah.
Wow.
It does.
Ooh.
That does. Now, it does stop some other things, right? But yeah, crime goes up. Like, you can't just not do. Again, I'm not an advocate for police. Trust me. Listen to, I don't know, any episode in the past. But that idea of like, get rid of all places. All right.
So
reform is fine. Just knock it off.
I honestly, I don't know where the lines are when it comes to activism. And how activists make money it seems like for people like Patrisse, it is through like lending out other consulting services, right? And not siphoning money from the Black Lives Matter organization, which would be like, girl, what are you doing?
And that, by the way, the consulting idea, there's nothing wrong with that.
I don't think there's anything wrong with that either.
If you got corporations throwing money at you to figure out how to be more reasonable towards black people, Get that money. Yeah, get your money. Hell yes. Like, will it work? I don't know.
Who cares?
Right. Get your money. I got no problem with that. And she's not obligated to like stand on a mountain and throw that money down to other people. She's not.
Yeah, and also, I mean, there's kind of like what Mike was saying earlier, like pocket watching, right? I mean, it feels like there's a lot of like it's like people are some people are saying you have too much money and it makes me uncomfortable. Right. To which I would say, what does this have to do with you? Like, it's not about you.
It's not about you.
Like you said, yo, capitalism, it's broken.
Yeah, right? It's fundamentally flawed.
Broken, but it's nothing. But you can't like too much money. There is a such thing as too much money.
Jeff Bezos.
Yeah,
right. And I mean, like, that is the epitome of too much.
Way
money.
Too much.
Yeah,
like, and just with nothing to do with it. But at the same time, man, like, I do believe in hard work, man. And you know, we were talking about growing up, and you all were talking about like how, you know, well, you know, it was a struggle. It wasn't for us. It wasn't for me. It wasn't, because my dad worked. He worked his ass off. That's all he did. He worked a little more than he parented, but he fucking worked his ass off. And my mother worked, right. And that's all they did was just work to try and provide. And that's what you're supposed to do for your kids.
That's right.
And you're supposed to instill that in them so that they would want to work hard. I have no problem in working hard, and I have no problem in admitting, you know, that life is unfair. I know that hard work isn't going to pay off for everyone all the time.
Right.
But that doesn't mean not work. That doesn't mean like don't work. I don't know, man. And that also doesn't mean for people who do work hard to hoard their money.
No.
Look, I'm not we make donations. You know, we do that stuff because quite frankly, we don't have the time to go out there and you know,
volunteer
the streets to volunteer and stuff like that. So we donate a couple of bucks here and there, and that's how we try to help our people. We make sure that we buy black as much as possible. And my whole wedding, everything about it was bought through black people except for 2 vendors. Everything else was done through black people. And like, that's what we do. We try to help black businesses like that.
Right. As you should.
Right.
As you should.
This notion, just the notion of people looking at people like, oh, well, how you get this house?
Yeah.
Where you get that money from?
Yeah. That's just stupid.
Not working.
Yeah. Like, again, if she's scamming money, that's a different conversation, and that's not acceptable.
Whole different conversation.
That has nothing to do with work. That's stealing, right?
I mean, we brought this up before we started, but like Tamika Mallory's, I don't think you guys have seen it, but Tamika Mallory's Cadillac commercial where I don't know if y'all watched the Grammys at all, but she did like some little monologue talking about getting free and telling like Joe Biden that we need allies, not something else. I can't remember. Someone will correct me.
Wait, one of the sister people?
No,
oh, okay.
Tamika Mallory, and also it's not Tia, and it's definitely not Tamara.
Okay. She's the one married to the conservative dude, right? Is that Tamara?
Yeah, Tamara, like or the guy who's like, both Trump and Hillary are bad, so I didn't vote.
Yeah,
right,
this nigga lying.
Yeah,
that nigga's lying.
Yeah, but she did a Cadillac commercial talking about getting us free and stuff like that. And people were like,
that seems wild to me.
People were like, come on, yo, like, what are you doing? And also,
we need to get free with this V8 engine. Me and Matthew McConaughey. All right, come on, that's silly.
Like, I don't have a problem with you. I don't have a problem with you getting a Cadillac commercial. Yo, you can't just go around talking the same bullshit that you're talking while in the commercial.
Right. You can't try to use Black Lives Matter, like Black Lives Matter, just like this air conditioning matters, because it's so efficient. Like, all right. Like, you can't do that. I'm not trying to do that.
Don't black people love Cadillacs?
I mean, they do. And if that's the reason, I'm really offended by her choosing Cadillac. Like, come on, man. Don't do that. No, that's weird. It's weird.
But she was one of the ones that Tamir Rice's mom called out.
Saying, that's right. I do remember that. Yeah.
Like saying that these activists are making a name off of our dead loved ones, and we're not getting anything. We're not seeing the same opportunities. We're definitely not seeing the same money. Some of us are struggling or nearly homeless, and yet they're out here using the photos, the likenesses, the names to be on these bigger platforms, and that is a problem.
That is a problem.
Yeah, no disagreement there. None.
I don't condone, invoking dead children, to be a talking head on Fox News or one of the news stations.
Yeah,
right.
You know what I mean? Like I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about people who genuinely just have an outside job, or their job is related to their activism.
Right.
But not like, hey, let's raise money for this dead person's family, and then I'm going to get 30% of it. Like,
yo, that's not okay.
That I do not agree with that. I don't agree with that at all.
Yo, that's a wild grift, by the way. Oh, yeah, $100,000. I'm gonna need to see 30 of that. Like, what? I mean, I'm the one who sent the tweets, right? Come on now. Like, no, that part's not cool. But if you become like a Dray Mckesson or whatever because you're fighting, and I'm not saying I think he's like the bee's knees or whatever. So like, who cares about that? But if you become someone like him who's been, on television talking about black oppression and in the streets, trying to do that for better or for worse. If a consultant, if you have a consultant company and people are just like, I'm going to throw $1 million at Dray Mckesson because he's a big name and maybe he can help us like figure out how to make our business not shitty to black people. I'm not mad at Dray Mckesson for getting that money. I'm not at all. And again, I don't think he's required to give the part of that money to anybody. It'd be cool if he did, but he's not required to. He's not required to. That's how it works.
And he's not. And also, like, I don't think they're required to talk about their finances to the public like that. It's really no one's business.
No, I mean, look, you could just say, like, if you want to just put people at ease, you could just be like, hey, I'm doing this because, or I have this money from consulting fees. That's all you can say. Like, but again, you're not required to say that. You can if you want to.
But here's the thing. Like, I think in a more nuanced world,
right,
that explanation, most people, I think, and I even think most people offline will be like, all right, that makes sense. But you have to remember on places like social media, like especially Twitter, even if you give that explanation, it's like, well, okay, you're not taking it from the organization, but you should be giving that money to someone, to some organization, or back to us or whatever. And that,
yeah,
I mean,
again, people like to be in everybody else's pockets, like you said, until it's their pockets.
Yep.
And then it's, oh, no, mind your business, though. Mind your business. Like,
yeah.
Oh, well, I don't make as much money. So, it's all about percentages.
It's some fucking bullshit. Like, nah, man. Like, again, if you're scamming, that's a different story. If you're trying to do, like, I need 30% off the top for organizing this hashtag for you or whatever, like, no.
Yeah, no, fuck off.
No, fuck that. But, yeah. But if you're doing something where corporations are throwing money at you, good for you. Do you have a phone number that I can get involved?
like give them my contact. They need some nutrition diabetes stuff. Let me know.
Yeah, exactly. Get your money. Like, this is what we tell black people all the time. Get your money. All right. Then don't get mad when people get their money.
Right.
In legal means.
And I work in I'm brought into the health and wellness industry, but I see it with advocacy all the time. There are people, friends of mine, who make money by partnering with companies to share their products and share their stories living with a certain illness. And there are people who hate that, who are like, you aren't a perfect advocate because I do it for free and I'm poor and I'm struggling to pay my bills. Something that has nothing to do with you in your life, but because you're capitalizing off of your illness and these deals to share your stories and spread awareness, you're not as good an advocate as I am.
Nah, you know what that sounds like? It sounds like you're not as good of a business person as that person is. That's what that sounds like. Get your money.
Not even that. It sounds like you're kind of boring and nobody wants to talk to you.
And jealous.
Yeah. And jealous.
Like,
yeah. And a lot of my friends a lot of my close friends in the industry are Black. And all of us are like, we're always like hyping each other up in different rooms, especially when we get into these major industry rooms, dropping each other's names, because we know that if one of us gets an opportunity, the other one is going to get an opportunity, which means that we all get paid in some way. But there's a subsection of white advocates.
I couldn't hear you.
WHITE advocates.
It's like blaring.
Who do the whole, you need to be struggling to speak for us.
No.
And the Black folks who are like, yeah, but I have medical bills I need to pay for, and also I don't want to struggle. And I want nice things, which is another thing that's okay to say. It's okay to want a nice living. And I think Black people we definitely deserve
to
have that.
I mean, we had a conversation offline before the show. Like, if you're working hard to get these things that you want and you earn them, there's nothing wrong with that. You should want to try to make it. Like, I have no desire to be poor. I don't. That's not like shitting on people who are poor. I used to be fucking poor. I grew up poor, right? But I have no desire to do that if I can help it. spoiler alert, poor people don't want to be poor either. Like that's it's a bullshit lie that people of means try to tell themselves. No, they enjoy the struggle. No, they don't.
No, they don't.
Why they to justify why they are middle class.
That's right.
Right.
That's exactly it. Like, no, yo, poor people don't want to be poor either. They don't. They want to make it. They want to, like, that's why people are like trying to get sports scholarships or, educational scholarships or whatever to get their kids out of the cycle. So like that idea of like, I can make it, but I stay poor to be in the struggle. Nigga, that's you.
Also, I'll say this, like,
no, thanks.
When you do your, if you're thinking about it from an act of service, you do yourself a disservice and other people that you could potentially be helping by staying where you are if you're choosing that.
Right.
So if you can, yes, get the money and influence that you need to make a difference in other people's lives. Don't be up here like some folks on Twitter. There are people I'm thinking of specifically who say, I'm gonna crowdsource a bunch of things so we can hand it out to 10 people or 20 people when you know that you can amass the type of influence to send out to 10 or 20 million people.
Yeah, see, that's bullshit. Right. Yeah.
So and I see a lot to me and also like a lot of people who do the whole, well, I'm struggling. Turns out some of them aren't even struggling like that.
Yeah.
They just pretend.
Look, this is my whole thing about Twitter. Everyone is fucking lying. Everyone is lying. They're all lying. 99% of the things that are written on that goddamn app are lies. They're lies. I don't believe you. Except for what I write.
Purposeful like myth, like purposeful mistruths, right? Like where people purposely they purposely take things out of context.
Yeah, they act
to make their point. But also, again, worth noting that this whole Black Lives Matter person, a lot of this has been heavily reported by right-wing trolls. So I would just say, like, to wait for the information instead of giving like a super hot take about it or passing judgment on her. Because if it's a right-wing troll who's doing this, chances are they're probably full of shit too.
Yeah, that's correct.
So it's okay to just wait. And also it's okay to just not know. It's okay to be like, I don't know what's happening. I hope she's not doing it. If she is, it will come out.
Yeah. And guess what? If it don't, it don't. Like, I don't know.
Right.
Well, I'm not mad at you making it.
Right.
I mean, I wish I had the money to buy multiple $1 million houses. That sounds lovely.
Shit, I wish I had the money to buy multiple Teslas.
Yeah, that would be crazy. All right.
I wish I just had money to buy one Tesla instead of like walking by the Tesla.
I think we've hit the end of this episode, guys. All right. There's nothing wrong with capitalism, guys. It's okay. All right.
Give me a car, nigga.
I don't have any money. Not anymore. All right. That's it for us. Fuck you guys.
Not anymore.
We will see you guys next week for Concrete Cowboy. Again, it's on Netflix, so check that out, and we'll go through it then. All right, later, guys.
Yeah.
Bye. You're watching the Black on Black Cinema YouTube channel. Make sure you check out our full reviews of black movies, past and present. And every other week, we do a preview episode where we talk about a random topic that affects the black community.